All right, next book. The Princess Bride. Like any other good Mormon, I was basically raised on this movie, and not a day would go by in our household without a quote, whether it be, oh, it'll take a miracle, or the Inigo Montoya line, like, you killed my father, prepare to die. It's just a movie that's ingrained itself into my DNA. I read the book ages and ages ago, probably in like high school, and I enjoyed it, and but I got it again because I just recently joined a book club and they were reading this, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I was like, I don't have a freaking copy. I have to buy a copy because I'm a monster, and I didn't have a copy of this for some reason. And annoyingly, the paperback only has the movie poster cover, which, I mean, it's fine. I don't like it though. So I got the hardcover, which includes illustrations such as these classic bangers. So we have Wesley staring down Vizzini during the Battle of Wits. We have Wesley posing with the ROUSs. Very, very handsome. We have Fezzik on fire as the Dread Pirate Roberts telling all the guards to run away. I love it. And then for some reason, I don't think the text ever explicitly said that Humperdinck is bald, but the illustrator made him bald, which in and of itself isn't a bad thing. We get Humperdinck running down into where they're torturing Wesley for his, like, are you in love? You could have had a real happy life, but I choose to let you die. And why does he look like that? So a fun part of this book is its framing device. If you've seen the movie, it kind of has it. The framing device of the book is that William Goldman, the author, when he was young, his father would read a book by S. Morgenstern called The Princess Bride. And when he grew up, he's like, I want to give this book to my son. Only to find out the story his father read to him is this incredibly shortened, mashed down version of the original novel by S. Morgenstern. Like, he has all these parenthetical notes talking about, oh, this is where I cut out 6 chapters of history that S. Morgenstern put in, or pages and pages and pages of what outfits the Duchess wore. And it's like, I want to read the unabridged Princess Bride. Let me read the pages and pages of the dresses that the Duchess wore. I want to know what she wore. But it's a fun framing device. The people in my book club, they didn't like it. They said that whenever they read this book, they skip it. And I'm like, I get that, but it's fun. It's fun. It's fine. But yeah, if you've seen the movie, a lot of when we break up the story to have the grandfather and the grandson talk about the book, that's when these parenthetical notes come in. Like when Buttercup jumps out of the boat and the Vizzini is like, those are the shrieking eels. In the book, it's sharks, but she does not get eaten by the sharks at this time, my father said. I look up at him. What? You look like you were getting too involved and bothered, so I thought you would like to relax.
I was nervous. Well, maybe I was a little bit concerned, but that's not the same thing.
It's stuff like that, and I think it's fun. I like it. People in my book club did not, but what do they know? And fun fact, William Goldman actually wrote the screenplay for the novel. And I think that is good, because if he hadn't, then those sort of commentary notes that he put into the novel would probably have just been cut entirely. And then we would have lost those touching moments between a grandfather and his grandson. You can tell that Goldman was really proud of the story that he wrote, and the moments that he put into it, because there are entire scenes, like entire parts of dialogue that are lifted almost entirely whole cloth from the novel. Like the Battle of Wits, I'm pretty sure, is like almost entirely unchanged. Like a lot of the witty lines that are just like thrown in there. Like the line, life is pain, princess. Anyone telling you differently is trying to sell you something. That's in the book. It's not at that exact moment. It's used earlier on. But like so many, it's a very accurate translation. And people who don't like the framing device can put them up. The only parts that are really altered and like slimmed down are at the beginning with Buttercup and Wesley's interactions with each other and like how they discovered that they loved each other. And then why Buttercup was chosen to marry Humperdinck. And then like the part at the end of the movie where they say the most powerful kiss in the world or whatever. Originally that's in the beginning of the book, right before Wesley leaves to go to America. And I think thematically putting it to the end where they run away together is a better choice. But the book ends like this. There was no reason for them to worry. They were on the fastest horses in the kingdom, and the lead was already theirs. However, this was before Inigo's wound reopened and Wesley relapsed again, and Fezzik took the wrong turn, and Buttercup's horse threw a shoe, and the night behind them was filled with the crescendoing sounds of pursuit, which is really quite ominous. But then, years later, Goldman came out, S. Morgenstern, Goldman came out with the sequel, Buttercup's Baby, which they get away. It's fine. They get cornered, but then Wesley's pirate friends jump out of the bushes and save them, and they sail away onto a boat, and they're fine. So, it's fine. I suppose for the 20 years or whatever between the book's original publishing and Buttercup's Baby coming out, people were like, oh no, what's gonna happen? But it's fine. They're fine. Don't worry about it. Anyway. I like this book. Next one.